All right, next up, we have Jared McFerran, who's a senior attack for the Colorado State men's lacrosse program. Jared, so good to meet you. You guys are coming off of a win over Nebraska. You couple that with what you did against Wyoming, basically blasting those two opponents at the start of the year. So what do you take from that kind of success and the reality of what it is?
I think like those games are just good to have because it kind of like dips our feet in the water and just like getting back into the rhythm of lacrosse and seeing kind of what we got as a team. And then we're just taking that and moving forward onto these next games coming up.
Jared McFerran from CSU Lacrosse. You beat Wyoming and Nebraska collectively 43-9. What are the parts from those two games? And then couple that with there was a scrimmage with Colorado College down in the Springs, which is a tougher experience for you guys.
Yeah.
What are the parts that you think are strengths so far with this 23 squad?
I think our defense is looking really good. We kind of saw that with Nebraska, just holding them to the one goal. So that's great to see. And our offense, I think we're starting to come more along. And we kind of noticed at CC that like we need to like kind of work a little bit just to generate more offense. So we're starting to push that more. And I think these games have really helped us kind of show like our offense and defense and kind of where we are standing with that. And then I'm trying to think what else. Our transition's looking pretty good. I think that's doing well. So yeah, I think those were good like tests to kind of just see where we are and what we need to work on.
Yeah, you talk about those defenders. It's got to be unique, right? Where you have three guys, senior starters returning, and Jake Niss, Will Farkas, Malcolm McDonald. I mean, that fortifies that back end there. You showed in the Nebraska game where we had the broadcast, we saw every goalie. You have magnificent depth at the goalie position. And then what I didn't really know, but that definitely showed, was you've got a lot of good athletes out there on the face-off X as well. All that works together, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, having those seniors coming back, and they're looking great. And, the depth in goalie is tremendous. I still can't pick a starter for our team.
Right.
And then, the face-off is great having depth in that, because if one's tired or like a slight injury happens, then, we're fine with the next guy coming up.
When you talk about, up front with you, because you're an attack, let's go ahead and mention one thing from the Nebraska game that was, again, a surprising showing of depth and what the possibilities are. What's the deal with the Frosh, Carson Malinowski? He scores 7 goals, and then I do my research and find out he's a former D2 commit as a goalie. And he goes through that. He put up 7 goals against Nebraska.
Yeah, if he never told me he was a goalie, I would have no idea. I thought he was like attackman his whole life. And he came out and just started. He was hot coming out at Nebraska. And it was, whoa, where did that come from?
And then what I like, too, about this squad, a lot of diversity in all different ways, in all different areas, including you. I mean, how our crew knows Jared McFerran is back in the day, he was a hockey centerman. He was one of the original guys, that group that built a program that eventually became a power program for Fort Collins hockey. They made 2 state championship appearances. You were that guy, a lefty stickman, and here you are. What do you think, in terms of the multi-sport strengths? What does hockey translate over to lacrosse for you?
I mean, for me, like hockey kind of helped me with like my balance a lot, like staying on my feet, and kind of just like fighting off defenders and getting low and holding my ground. And then also that the underhand shot really came from hockey.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Now, it's been fun. You're 2-0, as we've mentioned. You've easily and comfortably handled Wyoming and then Nebraska, but now it gets a little more serious. You've got Virginia Tech coming up on February 25th in Blacksburg. Then you get Liberty right after that in Lynchburg. What inspires you guys as you are moving forward into the meatier part of the schedule?
Well, I guess just having those like 2 wins off the start and just having like those big wins kind of helps like motivate us. It's like, we can win. So like, let's take this and let's use it for these games coming up, and just know like we can run with them. We've been watching some film a little bit, and like we can run with them. There's nothing to be too worried about.
So again, coming up for CSU men's lacrosse, Virginia Tech on the 25th, then on the 26th, Liberty, and then we will have you on your radar. What we want is you come back 4-0 for our next broadcast, which will be coming up on March 5th against Texas A&M. Does that sound like a good deal?
Oh, that sounds great.
All right.